Yep.
Good morning,
Hey.
Lori. Good morning, Dominic.
Good morning. How are you?
You can still you hear me, but you cannot see me. You will see me soon. Derek, good morning, and Marvin, welcome to the demonstration. We're gonna start shortly. All right, so I'll see you soon.
Sounds good.
Sounds good.
All right, I need to join over here. Seven zero six. Okay, good. Okay.
Yeah, more.
It's different all of a sudden.
Let's start recording now. We can go.
All right. Just about. Hang on. Recording here.
And I am also.
And 3, 2, 1.
All right, guys, welcome to the International Culinary Institute. We are here in one of our culinary labs. As you can see, this is one of our 5 culinary labs. This is state of the art. So let's start with a really great recipe that is from my roots. It's from the Caribbean. And speaking of roots, we're going to be using cassava root. All right. The recipe that we're going to be doing with this cassava or yuca root, as we know it, is going to be a yuca fritter. All right. But we're going to be stuffing it with a Creole, a chicken a la criolla, or a Creole chicken. So we'll talk about that. Now, the first thing I wanted to show you is how to properly peel the yuca. Well, yuca is a tuber just like potatoes, all right? It has a lot of starch and it's widely used in Central America, all right? And Latin America also. But it is known that the Taínos from the Caribbean used to have this and make it into breads, make it into many different preparations. Today, the yuca or cassava as we know it, it is mostly used for the vast majority of this production. It's used to release their starches and make it into tapioca. All right. Now, as you can see, I peeled the yuca, and it's very important that we take all the skin and that purple skin filter that is in there, because it can create cyanide poisoning. All right. It contains these toxins, and cyanide toxin in small levels can give you headaches, nausea, but also can have accelerated heart disease. And if consumed in a lot of ways, in a lot of sorry, I went blank in there, in a lot of amount.
Hey, you went muted. I can't hear you anymore.
Either way, we want to make sure that we take this root out, as it is very, very fibrous and doesn't dissolve or doesn't get soft with cooking time. Now, these you can boil them, fry, or you can fry and then mash and fry again, like to do little tostones or so. What we're gonna do now, we're gonna take these and we're gonna take it to our stove and we are going to boil it for around 20-25 minutes, okay? So come over here. We have our water boiling. And it's already salted. The water, I've already salted it. So we wanna make sure that it's nice and salted so you can start getting those flavors as we're cooking, all right? While this cooks, I'm gonna show you how to do the chicken a la criolla. So we're gonna come over here, all right? And we are going to take chicken thighs. I prefer to use chicken thighs a lot better than the breast when we're doing braised or when we're doing this type of Creole preparations, because it contains more flavor. It's a lot better. Something that we want to do is we want to start by removing, okay, the excess fat, some of the silver skin or connective tissues, all right? And then we're gonna cut it into small guys. Now, taínos, all right? Some of the great thing about the Caribbean cuisine is a melting pot of cultures. We have the Taínos culture in there. We have the Spanish culture. We have the African culture that was brought by the Spaniards back in the 1500s, all right? And all those flavors and all those ingredients that they brought in their travels, they got into a beautiful combination of flavors, textures, and dishes that nowadays are being utilized and fusioned with a lot other cuisine, which makes Caribbean cuisine nowadays very, very, very exciting and very creative. So now, as you see, I'm just gonna cut this into dice. And when I finish cutting this into dice, all right, I'm gonna tell you a little bit of the recipe or the ingredients that we need in these recipes, all right? So for the chicken a la criolla, all right, we need annatto paste, or what we call achiote, all right? Achiote is the seeds of the achiote plant that it is used, all right, in many preparations. In Latin American preparation, is used for, all right, coloring and also for flavoring of our dishes. And it comes in a wide variety. It comes in here, you can see that it's a paste, all right? It comes also as a powder, which is the most commonly used in the home kitchens, all right? Also, we have the secret of many Caribbean cuisines is the sofrito, right? Or the paste of the flavor. And the sofrito has cilantro, it's got culantro, which is an elongated leaf, all right? And has tiny leaves. It's got oregano, it has garlic, it has onion, and olive oil all mixed together. So these two are kind of the secret flavors or the flavors behind this recipe, right? So now we're ready. We're gonna go back and we're gonna start cooking our chicken a la criolla. So we're gonna take all of our mise en place. We're gonna put it in here. And I'm just gonna preheat my saute pan, all right? And then I'm gonna add a mixture of a little oil and butter, okay? Before that is heating up, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna lightly salt my chicken, all right? And I'm gonna add cumin and adobo. Adobo seasoning is something that is widely used in Latin American cuisine, and it has basically garlic powder, it has a little onion powder, oregano, turmeric, and salt, okay? So we're gonna add this into our chicken. We're gonna add our oil to the saute pan, lightly oil. We're gonna add our butter. And we're gonna start sweating our onions. We're gonna sweat our peppers, our garlic, and we want to also start sweating our annatto paste and our tomato paste, all in here to make sure that we develop flavors, colors, all right? So we put the annatto, we're putting now the tomato paste. So we're gonna be sweating these, as you can see. Getting all these flavors together. I'm gonna add my sofrito, and I wish you guys could have the sense of smell, because now this dish is gonna start getting that those aromas and those profiles that makes this dish as beautiful as tasty as it is. All right. Finally, I'm just gonna add a little more cumin. I'm gonna let this cook for a little longer. All right. And I'm gonna add my chicken, right? So I'm gonna add in here my chicken. I'm gonna cook it for about 2 minutes. And we are going to add our bay leaves, our tomato sauce, and we're gonna let it braise in here, okay? For around 20 minutes. So before we do that, I wanna show you something really interesting that I'm sure you guys are gonna love, all right? When we come back, we're gonna finish this dish. They'll be here soon. Don't worry. No. So right now I'm gonna add tomatoes. And Chuck, you tell me when you're ready, and I'm gonna add our tomato sauce and bay leaves.
All right, I got it.
So watch this right now while I finish over here, okay?
When you make the most of what the earth gives you, something special happens. At the International Culinary Institute of Myrtle Beach, you'll learn to apply both passion and technique to transform local and seasonal into sensational. You'll discover social responsibility and how to turn your passion for food into a sustainable future with tuition you can afford. You found your passion. Now discover your future. Visit icimb.org and apply today.
All right, guys. So now, while this is simmering, all right, 180, 200 degrees, so all those flavors develop and the chicken gets nicely cooked, we have our cassava, all right, nicely boiled. So what I'm gonna do now, I'm gonna take it out, and I'm gonna show you another Caribbean secret, okay? So, you can see they're still hot, all right? So we are going to start by doing or matching our cassava. Now, this is a pilon, and this pilon has a lot of history, right? It actually is the third generation that is being using this. My wife's grandmother, her mother, and now my wife's been using this since we actually got married a long time ago. And I'm gonna do, all right, place everything in the pilon, all right, and start mashing them. And while I mash this, okay, I'm gonna add a little bit of chicken stock, which is gonna make it nice and moist on the inside. I'm gonna add a little bit of garlic and butter. All right, I'm gonna keep mashing this. Lower this a little bit more. And you can see how it's beautifully mashed into a nice paste. Very important that we don't overmash this, so we don't overwork this out as it could develop, all right? The starchiness could become kind of gooey and elastic, and that's not gonna help us have a beautiful crispy mofonguito, right? So now this is mashed. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna season it, a little salt and pepper, freshly ground pepper, a little adobo also. And we're ready. Cassava balls, right? So now I have in here some of the pre-cooked chicken that we did, okay? We're also gonna have, for extra crispiness, a little tapioca flour, sorry, which we're gonna be putting in here also. I have a little oil that I'm gonna put in my hands so it doesn't stick. And I'm gonna put some gloves. I'm gonna show you the secret. Not a secret, but the technique, I should say, right? So now I'm putting a little oil. I'm gonna grab about a tablespoon and a half of the mixture. And I'm gonna place that in my hand and have it a nice 1/8 of an inch to a 1/4 of an inch thickness, as you can see in here, right? I'm gonna put it in here. I'm gonna place a teaspoon, all right, of my Creole chicken. And I'm just gonna fold that in like that. Get it into a little bowl. If you wanna use the table to make sure that you have your bowl. And you're gonna lightly bread it with your cassava flour, right? Or tapioca flour. I'm gonna do one more, and we're gonna go straight into frying, all right? Now, very important that you preheat your oil, okay? You don't want it too hot. If it's too hot, it's gonna brown too quickly, all right? And it's not gonna give you that beautiful golden brown that you have, okay? Now, I'm just gonna clear my station up. And we're gonna be ready for frying. Right? Always, we wanna always clean as we go. So we're gonna take this in here. Second, to clean our station. And we're ready for frying, okay? Let's go. So now, in here, I have my frying oil. I'm gonna start cooking my yuca balls, all right? We want to be careful not to overcrowd our frying pan, as the oil, all right? Because the temperature of the oil is going to go down drastically, okay? So we have in here our basket. We want to achieve a nice golden brown. So this is going to be taking anywhere from 3 to 5 minutes, all right? Now, the piece of the system that we want to do, all right? We want to take and show you how to make a beautiful roasted pepper salad that we have made, okay? So we come back in here. I'm gonna put some gloves. We give a little love to a little cilantro that I'm gonna chop, all right? Check this again. Okay, get it there. So I'm gonna take some cilantro, a little bit. I'm gonna mince it, all right? And I'm gonna combine it with a yellow roasted paper that we roasted in the oven. We peel it, okay? I'll put this in here. And some pickled red onions, which are very, very popular, all right? In many dishes in both Latin America and the Caribbean, all right? This type of cuisines is very, very tasty, and it has a lot of different flavors and color. Color is like very important in this type of cuisine, right? Get this all in here, all right? I have this salad, a little bit of salt and pepper, and now I'm gonna take my potatoes out. Excuse me, my cassava out, and we're gonna do the plating, okay? So, as you can see in here, we have a nice golden brown already, all right? Look how beautiful this is, all right? So, I have in here a sheet pan with paper towels so we can absorb the extra grease, okay? I'm gonna show this off. And I'm ready for plating, okay? Now, what we're gonna do for plating is gonna be a very simple thing, right? We're gonna create a bed of our roasted peppers and pickled red onions salad in the bottom of our plate. We're gonna put it nice and thin as we can. You can see these colors are, as I like to call them, sexy. These colors are exciting. And colors also mean flavor, guys, all right? Something that is very colorful is gonna be something that is gonna be flavorful. So now that I've put this in here, I am gonna make sure that they're kind of flat. I'm gonna pick up 3 of these beautiful yuca croquettes, or as we call them in Puerto Rico, Mofonguitos De Yuca, okay? So we're gonna put this in here, nicely in there. I have in here a little bit of the tomato sauce from the stew, which I'm gonna put on the top. Just a little bit. And if you want, you can have a little more as a dipping on the side, right? And finally, we're gonna put some purple arch, okay, on the top. And we're gonna top it off with a little micro arugula from our garden, all right? Because we have a beautiful program where we do our own gardening, our own microgreens, and hydroponics, all right? So as you can see, we have the Mofonguitos De Yuca stuffed with our Creole chicken or pollo a la criolla, all right? We have our beautiful roasted pepper and pickled red onion salad. And I hope that you guys in your schools get this plate, but also check our barcode so you can access our webpage and see all the things that we got to offer for you guys and all the different scholarships that will help you make your culinary dreams come true. All right. So at this moment, if there are any questions, we would love to hear any questions and make sure that we can answer them and have a little chat. So is there any questions around?
I don't know, but it looks amazing.
Well, something that I'm gonna do, all right? I'm just gonna dip it and I'm gonna try it right in front of you.
Now I'm hungry.
That you're gonna take only one bite. So I'm gonna take the last bite. I'm gonna say goodbye, adios.
Actually, Chef, may I ask a quick question?
Of course.
So when students come to ICI, then how quickly would they be going from literally walking in the door, possibly having very little experience, to being able to do things like this?
Well, in our program, we basically start with 105, which is the culinary basic, the theories behind each cooking method. At the same time, they're in the 105, which is basic culinary skills, where they learn how to cut, how to use proper knife cuts, how to use proper cooking techniques. And then they go into classical French cuisine or 112, where they learn the fundamentals of all these. And then they go to a series of classes. And I will say, we have American cuisine, American regional cuisine, we have Mediterranean cuisine, we have Asian cuisine classes, we have nutritional cooking classes, we have garde-manger classes, which is gonna give all the tools necessary for you as a student and prospective student here to create these and many even better dishes and more fancy, and have that international culinary knowledge to expand on your own creativity.
That's awesome. Cool. Thank you. It looks great.
And I wish you can taste it. Really.
Me too.
So drive
If
over
you
here and I'll give you a little sample.
Chef, can you send us that recipe also, so in case anyone wants to try doing that?
We have the recipe. We're gonna be sending it to email, so you guys
Awesome.
can take it and put it in your classroom, because this is very easy and it's so tasty. I'm sure that everybody's gonna love it. And
It looks
it's
quite
a piece of
unique.
my idea, a piece of my root, you know.
Well, this was wonderful. Thank you. And I think our next session is April 16th. So look forward to that. We changed it to 1 o'clock. So hopefully we'll get more people to be able to join, different folks.
Yes.
All right. Well, thank you very much.
God bless you all. I'll see you soon. And please don't forget to check the barcode that we're gonna be putting in here in just a second. Just click with your phone so you can access our webpage and access all the information that is available to you, whether the curriculum, the scholarships that you can obtain and everything, okay? So, bye.
Bye-bye.
Thanks so much.
That's really good, I think.
Let's log out.
Hang on a second, because there were a few messages and Joe was responding to some of them.
Okay,
So let's give them a chance to finish their chatting.
I'm mute, right?
Huh?
Am I mute?
Yes, you're mute.
Right, this?